Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of the One of These Days podcast. As always, I'm joined by Jack.
What's poppin'?
Always good to see Jack here.
Always good.
Look,
I've
yeah,
got critical acclaim
he's got critical acclaim. That's
from that
it.
guy that you were watching on Twitch, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Twitch.tv/Jack Tungib. We're not plugging anything, but that is a good view.
Well, I didn't shout myself out.
No,
I mean, I didn't
no.
receive critical acclaim for myself. Well, I did.
Well, yeah. Can't just put words in other people's mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Straight off the bat, we got to address the elephant in the room. And that was the football on Friday night. Would you like to give us a bit of a rundown of what happened?
Well, the Demons beat the Cats. Cal goes for the Demons. I go for the Cats. And if the Cats won, I don't think this podcast would have been happening. So it probably is lucky for the sake of this podcast that the Cats lost.
I would have been a no-show, I reckon.
I would have had to carry this podcast all by myself.
I would have gone off the grid for maybe until round 1 next year, to be fair.
I am the people's champ of this podcast.
He is the people's champ. I'm just that other bloke who just sits there and talks for an hour. Right.
Critical acclaim, as I've said.
So looking into it, Geelong got absolutely walloped. Let's face it.
Yeah.
They got.
It was all because they had gastro before the game. They would have thrashed you.
Just.
You guys got gastro.
Yeah, I know. It was terrible stuff.
Jeremy Darty Cameron shit his pants in the second quarter. So, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it was terrible. Okay, so I've written a couple of Is that the right English? I wrote.
Well, I don't know the context of what you're saying.
Right. Okay. I wrote a couple of dot points on my notes. And I'm going to ask you, avid Geelong fan, I'd say, run an Instagram page. Not going to dox it. Unless you
lifelong.
Lifelong Geelong fan. Let's just get that straight. So, from your perspective, what went wrong for Geelong?
I don't know. They just couldn't handle the pressure. It's all well when you're playing
too much
teams like Carlton and St Kilda and North Melbourne, who are shit and don't apply any pressure. But apparently Geelong just want to leave their worst games and most pressure-prone, if that's the word, games till the final series. So, they just can't handle the pressure. And it looks like there's a lot of blokes out there who are just too scared to lose. They don't want to take the game on.
Right, that was very, very heartfelt.
Jack.
Heartfelt, not heartfelt. That was heartfelt. That was slander.
It was heartfelt. It came from the heart. It sure did.
It came from the heart. Slander from the heart.
Microwaved the membership.
Oh, jeez,
Digital membership.
That is
I put
rough.
my phone in the microwave and microwaved it, and then I got up to 100% on my phone. So,
jeez, life hacks. See, you get everything on this podcast.
Follow me on TikTok, Jack Tungib Life Hacks.
Wow, that's a shame. I haven't uploaded today, so I mean, they have no reason to follow me. Just go.
Oh no, your fans are going to be devastated.
Well, it got to about 7:20, and then it clocked I hadn't uploaded anything. So I've gone with a safe and simple upload today. I'm not going to tell you.
I upload more consistently than you. I upload every 2 months. You upload every day, but now you've missed today. So
well, it's going to happen after the podcast. I just haven't done it very early in the day. So I mean.
Oh, okay.
Shocking form, but okay. So best on ground, obviously Gary Rowan.
Gary Rowan. I think he pulled one of those. Just hold your hammy if you're having a shit games and just come off for the last quarter. It seems when he plays shit games, he always gets injured and subbed off. Apparently, maybe it's a mercy rule. Best on ground was probably Patrick Dangerfield or Zach Guthrie. My boy Zach Guthrie, love him.
What for Geelong, or just for the full game?
Geelong. I don't give a shit about some irrelevant team that hasn't won a flag since the 60s.
Oh, jeez, that's a bit rough.
And still won't win a flag since the 60s.
Yeah, well,
the mighty doggies are coming.
Geez.
Doggy. Bark.
I'm having no involvement in this. This is absolute slander against the Demon. But yeah, didn't have a touch to half time, I believe, Gary Rowan. So he's had a bit of a sinker.
1 touch and 1 tackle for the game.
Jeez. Okay, so, talking about life-changing performances, Max Gawn. How was that? That was beautiful.
Yeah. Chris Stanley could do that if he wanted. He's just humble. He's just modest.
Just a modest old ruckman, you know?
Yeah. He's only a year older than Max Gawn, mate.
Well, I mean, was Reece Stanley doing this last year? Gorney, 5 goals. Oh, jeez. I think an underrated effort was Jack Viney. He was something else. He was setting the standard, I reckon.
All right, this is a music podcast.
Okay, I got one more.
Music, mate.
Wait. We still got a whole another game to go.
Your fans are all British people, mate.
No, they're not. We know all our fans.
Yeah, I actually probably do.
Yeah, we. Hi, if I know you, please snap me. I'm lonely. Okay, the other match that happened this weekend was the Bulldogs and Port. From your perspective, I have an answer to this. Did Port choke, or were they simply not good enough?
Oh, it was an absolute choke there. Why didn't they play like that against us? It's ridiculous. The Doggies are obviously good, but Jesus Christ, Port, you could have at least made it a presentable loss, 20 points.
It was quite embarrassing. You knew it was going to be over within the first.
And it was somehow a bigger choke than the Cats this week.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far. The Cats.
I would go that far.
Port had two home games, won the qualifying final, got the week off, straight to the prelims, another home game. Their opposition couldn't train the day before. Their opposition had to play two games instead.
I got you.
Instead of one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've been disproved with hard facts and logic. This is just what you sign up for when you join one of these.
Cats are innocent.
Cats are innocent.
Free my boys.
Okay, so the grand final, obviously Melbourne and the Bulldogs. You're avidly backing the Bulldogs, I would say.
Yeah, I love the Bulldogs.
I'm probably backing the Bulldogs at this point as well because
confidence. I would be backing. Confidence. I'm supporting the Dogs, but I'm backing the D's. I'd put money on the D's to win, not the Dogs.
Well, I
still don't like the D's, but yeah.
Wow, what's wrong with the D's? You've had an out for the D's fans. I think we're a very respectable bunch. We're just
bit annoying.
Wow.
No.
Haven't really had anything to cheer about.
First time I've ever seen people on Facebook with their D's profile pictures. By the way, jeez, I'm seeing all on these Facebook groups, and just looking at all these people with their D's profile pictures. Oh, they got your D face paint on, you got your D hat on, you got your bloody Guernsey on, you got your bloody filter on for the D's. Jesus, you could have done that in the last 10 years.
You love to see it. It's great outing from the fans.
Bandwagoners.
Bar humbug.
Absolute bandwagoners.
Anyway, one more topic before we get onto the music side of things. The Brownlow is this Sunday. Who are you tipping and why?
The mighty Marcus Bontempelli of the Doggies. Doggy. Bark. You ripper.
This is disgraceful. As a Melbourne fan, I'm obviously gonna back Clary, but I don't think he'll win it. I'll put that out there. I think Bontempelli or Wines will probably win it, but I hope Clary wins.
Bont first, Wines second, third, potentially Oliver, maybe Walsh. I don't know.
There's no doubt about it. I think this is going to be a very close Brownlow. So who
better
knows?
than last year's shit.
Could have a 3-way tie. We don't know.
That would be cool. First 3-way tie in a while.
Yeah, a few
years. Tie at all in a while. Apart from 2012, where it really wasn't even the winners anyway, because Joe Watson was
oh jeez,
pulling a bit of a Heisenberg and mucking about with drugs, pulling a bit of a Nolan Liam Gallagher with the drugs.
Oh wow, you had to bring them into it. This is terrible.
Well, we need to bring him into it because what's our next? Oh wait, no, that's not our next topic. Never mind.
Forget we said this. It'll make sense in a bit. Right. So anyway, good, terrible segue thing.
Yes.
Last week we were asked. Well, we weren't asked. We asked each other to listen to an album and review it. And we've come back with the results. So I was given London Calling by I've forgotten their name. Who are they? London Calling by The Clash.
That's not good signs. You don't even know the band's name.
Oh, jeez. And Jack was given Whatever People Say I Am. That's what I'm not by the Arctic Monkeys. Do you want to go first or shall I? Because I feel like I've just built one up incredibly here.
Yeah, you can start.
So, the album, London Calling, obviously.
Yes.
I wasn't a huge fan. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, cringe.
This is really crushing, really crushing stuff here.
This is an oof moment.
It wasn't as multi-genred as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting groundbreaking, revolutionary sound
it is
changing
revolutionary.
Stuff. Well, it might be, but it didn't sound that way. I didn't really know what to make of this album, to be honest. It was a bit of a strange one. I definitely didn't like the vocals. I think that was probably the weakest link on the album by
That's
far.
A dead man you're talking about.
Oh, jeez.
Dead man, Joe Strummer.
Oh, I apologise.
Insensitive fuck.
This is rough.
Anyway.
It's definitely not as good as And Nico. And it probably
you mean the Velvet Underground and Nico?
Oh, yes.
It's not just And Nico.
It's a good way to say it. It's just simple. There's none of this extra crap. But I reckon it probably could have done without a couple of the tracks. But overall, it wasn't great, but wasn't terrible, I don't think. The highlights of the album, in my opinion, were London Calling and Lovers Rock. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, that's okay.
And the weakest
Say
link...
Train Vane's my favourite.
Okay, fair enough. The weakest link, however, I think... I still haven't mastered how to say this. Coca-Coca? Was it
I think it's Coca-Coca. I think it's Coca-Coca.
Well, I've just made a fool of myself.
You've done this twice in a row now. You've pronounced something awfully.
What did I do first?
It was femme fatale.
Oh,
you pronounced it something. I can't remember.
It's going to be...
Actually, I don't think you pronounced it that bad. You were just very embarrassed by how you pronounced it last episode.
I'm an incredibly embarrassed person, you know.
Anyway.
It's going to be a running theme. Every week I'm just going to slowly dig myself a hole. Anyway.
What would you give this out of 10, this album?
Overall, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I really didn't love it. I wouldn't listen to it by choice. But it was an all right experience, I'll say.
Okay, well, I better start with mine.
Okay.
As you said last episode, I'm going to sound like a bit of a simp compared to you.
Oh, wow.
So I had Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. Is that the name of the album?
Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. Yes, correct. Good.
Yep. Okay. So I really like this album.
Yes.
It's got great production, and for a debut album from a band, this is a very good album.
We've struck gold here, I reckon.
They definitely know their sound. It's just really good. I don't think there's any bad songs on this album either, like last review.
Yes.
So
Maybe I just master recommender.
Maybe just I don't know what bad songs are, but yeah. This doesn't have a bad song in my opinion. The worst song from this album, now we'll go to negativity.
Oh no.
Is The View from the Afternoon. What are your thoughts on that song?
Not my favourite, but I reckon solid choice for last week.
The View from the Afternoon, or where is it in my notes? This is a shambles.
Oh jeez.
Or Perhaps Vampires is a bit strong, but
yeah, that's not very good either. Well, it's not good. It's just not great compared to the others.
I still gave it a 6 out of 10.
Wowee! Oh, you've given ratings.
I've gone through every song in my notes here and given it a rating.
Oh wow, I haven't done that. Oh,
we'll go to my favourite song on this album, and it's When the Sun Goes Down.
Okay, very good pick. Definitely good pick. Very good pick.
What's your favourite from this album?
My favourite's A Certain Romance.
Certain Romance. I gave that
When the Sun Comes Down, probably second. Definitely.
Yeah. Where is it? A Certain Romance. Yeah. So I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't particularly my favorite.
No. Yeah.
But it's still a solid song.
Solid. Okay.
So my overall rating of this album is 8 out of 10.
Wowee. Jeez, that's decent numbers here. Decent numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads us on to our next segment. Well, not segment. It's just a little part at the end of the album.
I call it a segment.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Good.
No,
okay.
It's like a subreddit or
it's a little sub-segment.
Or a channel in a Discord, you know. Cal knows what I'm talking about.
Kind of irrelevant to
avid Reddit user.
Avid Reddit user, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so what album have you given me this week?
I am giving you, drumroll please.
Drumroll.
You can hear that.
Anyway.
Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, okay. I'm prepared. I haven't heard of this. I have not heard of this album at all. Like, I haven't even.
It's got my favourite song ever on it, which is
Over the Hills and Far Away. Oh, I knew it. Jeez, good co-host.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goals.
Great co-host.
Goals.
Great banter.
Yeah, great banter.
That's the album I've given you.
Right. I feel like we've had this coming since the podcast started. Really.
Yeah.
The album I've given you is "The Balcony" by Catfish and the Bottlemen. So
Okay. Is that the one with Cocoon on it?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So, uh, it's not a very long album, and I feel like I know where you're gonna go with it. So,
What does that mean?
well, I don't know. I know what you're gonna think about it, but
Okay. Am I gonna think it's ass or am I gonna think it's good? This is important.
I think you're gonna think it's repetitive.
Oh wow. Yes.
Which
Is it connoisseur?
I personally I wouldn't say so, but definitely from your musical what's the word? I don't know, musical ear. I reckon you would probably say it's quite similar. So I'm prepared for agony here. It is terrible. Okay. So, God, if I'm through these segments, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is good productivity.
We're on to our discography of the week. Is that what we're going to call it? We can.
Well, yeah, it sums it up pretty well.
It's the third ranking of a discography we've done. This is following Pink Floyd and the Beatles. And I thought it was appropriate, because I didn't really carry my weight last episode, to do Oasis. So this is be prepared for some good banter here from me.
Yeah,
because I'm just gonna waffle.
This is my chance to have a break here because he will do all the waffling. I will literally just say this album's good or this album's bad or I didn't like some of these songs, but some of these songs were good. So
I have never listened to this album.
It's your chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've never listened to this album. Imagine if we just put number 7. I've never listened to this album. Bang.
That's an inside joke for listeners at home. Yeah. Anyway, you'd have to be a big brain to get it, but
yeah, you have to be big.
Right. So we're not including the master plan and the live albums and Stop the Clocks because they are all not like studio albums. So we've got the 7 main ones. Would you like to lead us off and what you've selected for number 7?
I think if it's pretty obvious to you, at least it'll be obvious.
Yes.
It's my favorite album of all time. Be Here Now.
Wow,
number 7.
That is really critical of you. Yeah. Okay, how would you? Well, right. So you're obviously a huge fan of Be Here Now. What's so wrong with it? Why do you not like it so much?
All the songs are too long.
Okay.
It's just boring. There's only like 2 good songs on this. All the others are just meh or bad. Yeah, and it's just a very overrated album.
I would like it to be known that the longest song on this album is 10 minutes, and we did a whole Pink Floyd discography rating. So I'm just gonna put that.
Yeah, but those Pink Floyd songs are good. These ones aren't.
Jeez, this is crushing for me. This is crushing.
I thought. Well, hang on, you don't like this album either.
I don't hate it.
We should probably say you're number 7. The shortest song on this album is like 2 minutes, and it's like the reprise of All Around the World. So
yeah, well,
and then the next shortest song is like 4 minutes. So
just give them the fans more of what they want.
It's a hard listen.
Anyway,
it's a hard listen.
Hard listen. Okay, number 7. I've put.
I think I know what this is going to be.
Well, if you follow me at all on on TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, you'd know that I am not an avid fan of Don't Believe the Truth. So it's number 7. This album really irks me for some reason. It's like mid 2000s rock, but it's like I can't describe it. It shouldn't be there. It's just annoying. It's probably got maybe four valid songs in terms of would I listen to them without considering why I'm an Oasis fan. You know, those 4 probably being Lila, Let There Be Love, in the importance of being idle and part of the queue. But yeah, it's like a really weird rocky album, and I wasn't a fan of it. I don't know if it was like the lyrics weren't really there. I don't think. It was praised at the time. It was praised as kind of like the big return of Oasis after like all the the original rhythm player and the bass player left after it all kind of went to shit there. So
Symbols, as you might say.
so it was kind of like new Oasis territory. I just didn't like it. It was it kind of gave off really bad vibes. Not in terms of like
Bad vibes. Wow.
it was just like I don't get good vibes when I'm listening to it. It's just kind of ick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a terrible album, but I don't love it by any means. It's definitely the worst in my opinion. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna move on to 6 because you spent about 5 minutes talking about that album and you hate
Look,
that album.
look.
Imagine you talking about the ones you love.
Look. This is the last thing I've put in my notes, this discography ranking, and we're at 20 minutes of recording, so I'm trying to fill out the podcast a bit here.
All right, you're gonna have to carry this one. I'm not gonna have much to say. So 6.
Number 6. What have you put?
Pick up my notes. I've got Heathen Chemistry.
Ooh, okay. This is
Uh,
you gave this a solid. Oh, jeez, can't talk. Gave this a solid ranking in your TFCal ranking video. So,
no, I was reviewing your videos, not the contents of your videos.
they're all the same video.
No, what are you talking about, mate?
Jeez.
They're not all the same video because I'm criticizing the way you rank the video, rank the tracks in the song. So,
jeez.
Yeah. Even Chemistry, it sounds they're trying to be a little bit modern, and they're trying to be 2002, and I don't like it. It hasn't really aged well. There's just a few things in there that I don't like, and I don't think there's any particularly banger songs on there. So you might disagree. It's you can speak your mind when we get to this album.
Okay,
what's your 6?
Number 6, I put "To Get Your Soul."
Right.
Oh, jeez. Oh, big retaliation from Tongue Gib there. Jeez, that's rough.
Well, there's a big divide between our top 2 and our bottom 5. I feel is that probably.
I'd go more bottom 3, but
Really? Oh,
I think there's a divide before the bottom 3, the middle 2, and then the top 2. But
yeah. Well, okay, fair enough.
I'll explain it when I get to the end of it.
Yeah.
So number 6, I put "To Get Your Soul." It was the last Oasis album. Kind of, just yeah. I don't know what they were kind of going for. Whether it was like, it's probably the most psychedelic they've ever been, with the exception of "Standing on the Shoulders of Giants." So it was kind of experimental. It was at least as experimental as Oasis gets in terms of trying to get a new sound. So I think it's definitely got a few good songs. "Falling Down," "I'm Out of Time," "The Shock of the Lightning," all very good songs. Like the mediocre songs are quite mediocre, and I think there's probably
controversial opinion. The mediocre songs are quite mediocre.
No, they're like extremely mediocre. I feel like there's only really 2 bad songs. Well, not bad.
How do you mean if you were to rank all mediocre songs, these would be like right in the middle of the rankings?
They wouldn't be like low. They would just be like they're solid in the middle.
They're just mediocre.
They're just extremely mediocre. So I feel like there's probably like 2 or 3 on this album that I would consider not very good songs. But overall, I think it's pretty solid. Definitely better than "Don't Believe the Truth." There's no doubt in my mind. But yeah. So that's my little take there. There you go.
Well, swiftly moving on to number 5, I have got "Standing on the Shoulder of Giants."
Oh, this is terrible news. Jeez.
Yeah. Consider yourself lucky here with this one.
Oh, jeez. Could have been lower.
Yeah, well, I just wasn't too sure. I couldn't really choose between 5 and 6. So these are basically both just Heathen Chemistry and "Standing on the Shoulder of Giants" are basically just 5.
Jeez, right.
So yeah, there's nothing special this album in my opinion. I haven't really studied it. You probably studied it.
Believe me, I have
a fair bit more. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you
I'm
a
not
flaming
a
when I
big
get
fan
to
of
this
this
album.
album.
Wow. Okay.
My favorite song from this is "Fucking in the Bushes." I think that's pretty funny. The name.
Jeez.
And I put "Your Money Where Your Mouth Is," underrated song.
I think I put that last on my list of ranking these.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Underrated then, definitely.
in review, it probably shouldn't have been last. So I've come through on that song quite a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, in case you don't know, you should probably value his opinion on Oasis a bit more than mine. To be honest. So
Okay.
what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Heathen Chemistry. I feel like appropriately placed. Going back to your point of they tried to sound modern. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think when the new Oasis people, Andy and Jem, came in on bass and rhythm, they definitely tried to bring more theory into it. So on this, there's more structure to the songs, and there's just like it's very like musically, what's the word, like planned out. It's not as if like go in the back room and write a song or something, you know. So there was definitely a lot more theory, and I feel like that's kind of where Oasis as a whole kind of went wrong.
But they died.
I think the lyric, like Noel tried to write lyrics that weren't Oasis-y at all. But,
Explain Oasis-y for us.
They weren't Oasis-y, were they? Like, I mean, when you look at Definitely Maybe or something, or What's the Story, Morning Glory, and then you look at even Be Here Now, and then you go and look at Heathen Chemistry, it's there's a big divide on not a big divide, a big gap between what you want to hear and what is there. If you know, right.
Anything else?
I think there are good songs on this album. Don't get me wrong. Like definitely better than what you've described. Little by Little. That's previously.
Oh yeah, probably forgot to. I didn't mention any songs individually. I think that's probably the standout.
Yeah, previously been probably one of my, if not the best Oasis song in my opinion. Probably not so much now. She Is Love, also a good song, but not really getting the praise it deserves, I feel. Stop Crying Your Heart Out. I feel like it's kind of more of like a ballady song by their standards, but I haven't listened to it particularly much. But I still think it's a good song. Controversial opinion, because I know Jack doesn't like this song, but Songbird, I feel like by Liam's writing, because that's one of the rare Liam songs. I thought it was
singing, mate.
Thought it was pretty good.
Mate.
So yeah, I think that's probably all that needs to be said about Heathen Chemistry.
What are you up to? Number 4? Is it 4?
Yeah, 4.
All right. I forgot what you had this one. You had it obviously a bit higher up. I've got Dig Out Your Soul.
Yeah, okay. I have that at
number
6.
4.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Explain your opinion.
I don't really have much to say.
Not much to say.
I just dig this album. It's pretty psychedelic. I don't mind that. You know, it's decent. It's got a few bangers. I can't remember which ones. Yeah.
I like this song and I like this album and I like the songs, but I don't know what the songs are and I don't really know what the album's called.
This, man. I hadn't listened to all the songs and I
kind of threw this on him, to be honest. So
yeah. I did have a while to do this, but next week's going to be one that Cal's going to have a bit of a task with. So, you know.
Oh, is it what you mentioned before? Oh no.
Yeah, we'll announce it. We'll announce it after this.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to listen to every album. Okay,
well,
this is terrible. Number 4, I put Standing on the Shoulders of Giants.
Oh my god.
This is I feel like there's a big gap between Heathen Chemistry and this now.
Yeah.
Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, I definitely feel like I don't think there's a bad song in this album, to be honest. I feel like this is probably the divide between bad and good songs. It kind of lost the Oasis sound a bit, I feel. Because this is where everybody left.
The beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end, yeah. This is where the band also kind of started getting little tensions between Noel and Liam, I shall say.
Yeah. Started a little bit in my favourite album, Be Here Now, but yeah.
No, yeah, but... Shush.
Yeah, no,
no.
But yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, but no. No.
This is where it started to really...
I feel like Gas Panic is one of the greatest Oasis songs they've ever made. It's...
Wow, big shout.
Yeah. It wasn't a single, which surprises me, but yeah, it doesn't really sound like a singly song, to be fair, but I think, I can't praise that song enough. I reckon it's great. Go Let It Out has an amazing bass line. Underappreciated, I reckon.
Mhm.
Where Did It All Go Wrong? It sounds a bit depressing, but it's actually a pretty good song when you listen to it. Sunday Morning Call. Noel hates this song, and I don't know why. I love it. Well, I don't love
He's
it. But
famous and rich.
he's famous
Just
and
to
rich.
hate this
He
sort
can
of
he can
thing.
say it how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and Roll It Over. That's one I'm big on at the moment. It's definitely it's a strange sounding song, but yeah, I don't know. The chorus is mega. So if you haven't
Fair
heard,
enough.
have a listen. Yeah, definitely changed the Oasis sound on this one, but yeah, still a fan.
All right. Well,
So number 3.
number three. Number three for me. I'm sure you probably expect this by now, listening to all my other ones. It is.
Oh
I
no!
just need to get.
Oh
Can't
no!
believe the truth.
Oh yuck! Oh jeez. Okay.
I like this album, man. I don't know why you hate it so much.
I just
So,
I'm not feeling it, man. Not feeling it
hey,
at all.
it's got some good sounds, man. My favorite song on the album is probably Mucky Fingers. I like Mucky Fingers.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. That is
Yeah.
in review. I kind of forgot about that song. That is a decent song.
Jeez, despicable.
Despicable.
Anyway,
I'm just forgetting.
I don't have much to say.
Not much to say.
Really, I
Just
just
like it.
like the sound of this album.
Jeez.
I feel like it is a good comeback for Oasis. Yeah.
I don't think it was. I think I was just building towards it, and I feel like Dig Out Your Soul was a lot stronger than this. So I feel like they were building
Yeah.
up to the end, and then it just ended.
Well, I like both, so you know.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I'll put Be Here Now at number 3. So although I do think it's a wall of sound for most of the album, I think it's still got the original Oasis sound in terms of like authenticity. It feels like an Oasis album. It was kind of a druggy album, so I mean I'm not gonna really slam other things too much, but I think Noel might have produced this album, which kind of was why it was so long. He admits it was a mistake. He doesn't like the album, so I mean,
Yeah,
I
I have to
respect
side
that.
with Noel on this one.
Jeez, this is rough. It's an Oasis fan classic though, or a cult classic. People
Yeah, I'm
like
not an Oasis fan, so
all
you
the
know.
indie kids seem to just
Blame 'em.
love this. I don't think it's like I'm a fan of it. Like I think Don't Go Away, which is I hate to say it, but it's a stolen song. It is blatantly stolen from the real people. Um, it's
I just don't get it. I don't get this album. I don't know why people like it.
all
Like,
around the world.
there's just some filler in here.
I don't know. All around the world is too long, admittedly, but I do. I think it's a good song. It's got good lyrics.
Like, no one's gonna remember the girl in the dirty shirt or.
I rate that
hope I
song.
think
I
I know.
definitely rate that song. But
Yeah, but like
but
it's not like these next two albums we're ranking.
But,
there's nothing like that.
yeah.
It's just a big drop off in quality, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
well, it was kind of the third disappointment, to be fair. But
It does have the Oasis sound and as you said, the Oasis-y lyrics. But yeah, I just don't get it.
The saving grace for this album, in my opinion, is My Big Mouth. That song is incredible.
Yeah.
It is a wall of sound, like as most of this album is, but it is the best lyrics on Be Here Now by far. I think Liam's vocal performance on this was amazing, and it really brought back the album. It's definitely Be Here Now. It wouldn't have made Morning Glory, or definitely maybe if it had been written at the time. I don't think. But yeah, My Big Mouth is the saving grace of Be Here Now. So there you go.
Fair enough. So on to 2. You're all done with reviewing Be Here Now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so number 2 for me. These two might be controversial. I think yours is different to mine, but mine is definitely Maybe.
At 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I've agreed.
Oh, thank God. This is the first one we've actually agreed on.
However,
Yeah.
I think these albums are inseparable, and I've only put Morning Glory ahead because I think there's one weak link on Definitely Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Do you wanna explain your pick
What's
first?
the weak link? You
Oh,
can't just
no.
say that and not tell
Okay.
us what the weak link is.
I think the weak link's Shaker Maker. I think it's a huge
Wow.
drop off compared to the rest of the album. Um,
Well, I have no strong feelings one way or the other on Shaker Mate. No. Yeah.
um, I did see you listening to it today, so I thought you
Yeah,
might
because
have.
I was
But
skewing through the albums just to rejig my memory.
rejig your
Uh,
memory. Cheers.
yeah.
But no. Definitely maybe has my favorite Oasis song on it, Slide Away. That is by far, in my opinion, the greatest thing they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. The lyrics and the music mainly. For me, it was just the lead line on that is quite magnificent, I must say. And
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, one of the greatest songs ever written, "Live Forever,"
Mm-hmm.
which is probably the most highly regarded song on the album, I'd say. Um,
Yeah.
uh, one more thing.
Supersonic, pretty good.
Supersonic debut single. I
Mm.
still rate.
The historian knows all about this. Oasis historian.
Don't listen to it as much as I probably used to, but I'd say I'm just preserving it, honestly.
Yeah, all right.
Preserving my love for Supersonic. Um, I think yeah, Shaker Maker's the standout weak link for me.
Fair
Bring It On
enough.
Down's another underrated song. I reckon people overlook this just because. Well, I don't really know. It's probably the most rock song on the album, in my opinion. Um, it's very like what's the word? Full on, maybe.
Mm.
But yeah, I do love Bring It On Down. That's
And yeah, just the fact that this is a debut album and it's, so good is also another factor for me. Like,
yeah,
it has its sound, it's well produced, it's just, it's good.
yeah. Well, they had trouble.
Good
They
debut.
had trouble with like actually getting it to sound right because they almost
Yeah.
scrapped the whole thing. It like it was not until like the last minute that they actually got it to sound how they wanted it to sound. So I mean, some would say it's a miracle it's even here, to be honest. So,
Wow.
but thank God it is. It's yeah,
Banger.
one
Classic.
of the greatest, if not the greatest, debut album of all time, in my opinion. So,
Certified hood classic.
certified hood classic. Yeah, the hoods of Manchester.
Oh, number one.
Number one. You probably saw this coming. What's the story, Morning Glory?
A master plan for me. So,
Jeez.
yeah, this is a good tradition.
this
Me
is
just
this is the rare
saying these
Jack
stupid
Ray
things.
humor moment.
Yeah, well, rare.
Yeah,
Wow.
no,
Okay.
yeah, we're
Jeez.
absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
it
beef
is.
between the hosts tonight. This is terrible,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
I love I Am the Walrus live at the Glasgow Cat House.
Yeah,
Um,
that is
yeah,
great, great song, great cover.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, do you want to explain first so I can ramble on about Morning Glory?
yeah. Morning Glory obviously it's a brilliant album. I can't say much because it's not groundbreaking stuff that I like this album. Obviously just a lot of classics
What
on
do you
this
mean this
album.
isn't groundbreaking stuff? This is my game. I am the. I'm
I'm
in awe.
saying it's not groundbreaking stuff that I like this album because, you know,
Popular
you know,
consensus that people like this
It's
album.
it's the popular consensus. I think I've gone with sort of the popular consensus. You've gone with your
Mm.
Oasis superfan consensus, and
I
yeah,
I think
I
I think
like this album a
I actually
lot.
I
It's
actually
a
think most people would go definitely maybe number one, but
really
yeah,
wow.
geez, controversial, I reckon.
They're both pretty good though.
Yeah. Okay, definitely maybe. Where do I start? Uh, I think this
Definitely
is.
maybe.
Oh God!
Oh
Jeez,
my
I've
god.
cooked it. Morning Glory, rather. Where do I start? I mean, it has some of the most iconic songs of all time on here. Champagne Supernova, Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger. Um, I think
Untitled 1 and 2, absolute
Untitled
bangers.
1 and 2. Yep. Otherwise known as the Swamp Songs for any avid listeners. Um,
I'm not an avid
Not an
listener,
avid
so
listener. No. No. Champagne Supernova. Yeah, first Oasis song I ever heard. Kind of made me fall in love with them. It's just it's a masterpiece. Really, it's Noel's little gem. I would say.
little.
Well,
It's a big gem.
it's a big gem. It's 7 minutes long. Bloody hell. Um, no. Yeah. Champagne Supernova. British classic. I'm a big fan of this.
Huge.
Wonderwall, I'm not as big a fan of. Maybe I've just heard it too much. I still think it's a good song. Everybody's first song on guitar. Probably not Jack Braze because he's too cool for that.
Yeah, mine was fucking. Okay, I was gonna say a funny joke, but I forgot the name of this. This is derailed.
This is terrible.
Ambles.
Wonderwall. Obviously, probably one of the most iconic songs of all time, most recognizable. And then Don't Look Back in Anger. I mean, the lyrical masterclass in itself. British icon, in my opinion, kind of what defines British music. Aside from the Beatles, obviously, but if one song could describe
Monkeys.
Hush, boy,
They're
hush.
the Arctic Monkeys, mate.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, okay. Well, it defines Manchester music, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, so
Got that Manchester sound.
Manchester sound. It's just brutal mank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so Morning Glory. I don't think it's got a bad song compared to definitely maybe.
What's your worst song though? What would you say is the worst song?
Probably Roll With It. I went through a whole phase of like really listening to that song like a couple of months ago, but
Another classic instance of Cal getting sick of a song here.
No, but I still like the song. Like, it's still a good song, but
Yeah.
it was just it didn't compare to other ones. She's Electric. I think it would have more recognizable, like, or have more notoriety if it wasn't just hard to remember. Well, not hard to remember, but like, it's not as simple as other songs. So I feel like that's probably why it hasn't. It didn't get as much traction as others. But I think that's a little gem on the album that may be overlooked at sometimes. Some might say that's another Oasis fan favorite. I'd say not my favorite. Probably 7th or 8th on my list of the album. But yeah, no, it's definitely a good song. I mean, the album overall, it's just it doesn't have a good length, so I'm going to say this about everything. But yeah, Morning Glory, the song, the title track, it was probably last year probably defined what my music taste was towards the end at least. Okay, have a guess here. This is a little trivial TFL moment.
Ooh, trivia. Oh wow. Okay.
How many times did I stream Morning Glory last year? I'll round it to the nearest 10.
How much is a healthy amount?
Probably about between.
So hang on, let me do my
20
working
50.
out here. There's 365 days in a year.
Okay, I'll also tell you when my first stream was.
Your first stream.
When I first streamed it.
Actually, can you tell me when your first stream was now, so I can get a bit of an idea?
July 16th.
Okay, so that's about half. Okay. I'm gonna say you streamed it 300 times.
Okay, do we want a drum roll?
Yes.
I streamed Morning Glory by Oasis 3,000 times.
Oh my god! In half a year.
In half a year, I streamed it 3,000 times. I listened to that song on repeat. It was it was the only thing I listened to for a solid couple of months, like legitimately. I turned on replay and I just listened to Morning Glory over and over. It was ludicrous. It was a
sick of it now? Or is that like another
I'm quite
classic?
over it. But no,
I think it's a good song.
I think if I give it a couple of months off, I might recuperate and
let's do it at all and then just wait and then you'll love it again.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll work.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's worked before. I mean, gave Champagne Supernova a couple of weeks off and then back into it. And
wow,
I've never loved it more. So
wow,
yeah,
that's heartwarming stuff.
True love story, Cal and Champagne Supernova.
Yeah, wow. Make a movie about it. Unbelievable.
What would you say the best song on the album would be?
This might be a bit of a normie one, but I'd say Don't Look Back in Anger.
No, yeah, I agree. I think that's probably the best on the album, in my opinion.
I thought it was Champagne Supernova.
Well, sentimentally, it's probably Champagne Supernova for no apparent reason. But
Greatest love story of all time.
What?
Greatest love story of
Oh
all
yeah,
time.
obviously.
Yes.
But no, Don't Look Back in Anger. I think it's a bit of a genius song. The lyrics are far better than Champagne Supernovas. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I feel like just there's something about Don't Look Back in Anger, and it appeals to everyone. I don't know if it's
Right.
Noel singing. That would have been the first Oasis song he ever sang. I can't speak. Oasis song he ever sang. There we go.
Well, we can look it up officially. I'm sure you know your stuff.
I know
but-
my stuff. And another TFCal trivia moment. Well, it's not trivia. It's just a fact. Liam could have sung "Don't Look Back in Anger," but he chose to sing "Wonderwall." So imagine Noel on Wonderwall. Might not have.
Weird.
Would have been horrific. I don't think. I think Noel's probably okay. Hot take here, extremely hot take. I think Noel's probably a better. I like Noel, or okay. I don't think he's better, but I like his vocals more than Liam's. To some degree. I think.
Wow. Okay.
Especially
Yeah,
when
you do like High Flying Birds more
I
than
do.
Liam Gallagher's stuff.
Definitely. Yeah. I was gonna say definitely on his solo stuff. As well. Like.
You got your guitar out, mate.
What? What? Have I been called out? Hello? What's happened here? This is terrible stuff. Yeah, so hang on. Hello. Sorry if you noticed a cut there.
Welcome back.
It just
After
my
this
internet
advertisement
died.
break.
Yeah. That we'll pass it off as that.
Yeah.
So yeah. What I've been derailed. What's happened?
You were going on some rant about what's the story? Morning Glory.
Oh,
so,
yes. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much finished that by now.
yeah.
But I've got a new segment. No, not really new. Kind of following on from last week. I actually scrapped last week's idea because you said it was bad. But too bad. We're doing it now.
We're doing it.
We're doing
I don't like this. I don't like ranking.
I don't care.
All right.
Look.
I haven't planned anything though.
This is good. It's improvised. This is what we love.
Yeah, it's raw passion from the little man.
Look, we've got to kill 13 minutes. So, I mean, this is probably the
There's
best
only
way
30 minutes to go.
Well, yes. But I'm out of ideas. Right, so the concept of this is we're going to rank band members from bands that we both know. And basically, that's all you need to know. So, okay. So, I feel like an appropriate place to start would be Oasis, more specifically the Gallagher brothers. Just to kick things off, would you rather Liam or Noel?
I'd rather Noel.
I think I'd also rather Noel, but I again probably inseparable for me. But
it's hard because one sings and one doesn't. And one plays a guitar, and
yeah,
it's hard to
Noel's probably got the
separate
edge
them.
for me. I don't know why. I think Liam more as a person, Noel as a music.
Noel's a bit of a wanker.
Noel's a bit right.
Bit of a wanker.
I like Noel's solo stuff a lot more as well. So
Right.
Not that I hate Liam's, but I think Noel's has got the edge. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna do the Beatles. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So 4 members. We'll go from 4 to 1. All right. I'm not gonna use the word worst because I don't think there's a bad member of any of those bands. But
yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Who have you got?
I'm gonna have John Lennon at number 4.
Oh, jeez, controversial. I'll put Ringo just for the sake of it.
Stupid commie prick, John Lennon.
God, I'm gonna hate to see what you say when we get to bloody Pink Floyd.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I put Ringo at 4. I mean, he didn't really have the opportunity to be the front man. So I mean,
He did his job though, and I like that.
He did his job very well.
That.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
4 you put Lennon. 4 I put Ringo. 3 who have you put?
I'll put Ringo, but
Okay.
it's not that I don't like him.
I put George at 3. What? Oh, okay. Well, we know who number 1's going to be, don't we?
No, I really like George Harrison's solo career. That's why.
No, yeah, I think he's got the
him
best solo career out of the Beatles, I reckon. But
yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Taking both of us.
There we go.
Good to see some agreements, yeah.
Just in terms of being in the Beatles, I think George was probably the third. I think he probably had more notoriety than Ringo in terms of what he did for the Beatles. But yeah, I don't know. Haven't looked into it a lot. But from my humble Beatles fan perspective, fan might be a stretch, but Beatles connoisseur words.
Connoisseur. I feel like connoisseur is probably stronger than fan.
Actually, yeah,
I'd say you're a fan.
I'll stick with fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, third. Okay. So, right. So 2. Who have you got?
I have George Harrison at 2.
Okay, I put John Lennon at 2. I think Gallagher brother bias has probably led me to this point, but yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't like. Yeah, like they loved him, they adored him. I tried to do the same, but a few things stood in my way, shall we say?
Yes. What were those things?
Well, I mean, I feel like he could be a bit of a prick, to be honest. So,
yeah, fair. I feel like Noel Gallagher. That's probably why.
Jeez.
He's their idol, but not that we don't like them.
No, we're a big condoner of everything music related on this podcast, unless you are 100 gex. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're even 100 gex enjoyers occasionally.
Yeah, we enjoy Dream. We enjoy all that stuff.
We enjoy everything. We are music enjoyers.
We enjoy fucking what's a shit band?
No band is shit because we are music enjoyers.
Yeah. We enjoy it. What's that shit one that everyone hates? I'm having a blackout here.
Jeez, this is terrible.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's the one. It's just
Ray.exe has stopped working.
Nickelback. It's Nickelback.
Oh, Nickelback.
Yeah, we even love a bit of Nickelback.
I sent him a Nickelback meme today. I'm cultured.
He did well.
Well, it had what's his face in it? I don't even know his name. What's his name?
I don't even remember. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even remember Chadwick Boseman. Black Panther, mate.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay, so I mean that leaves us with one person left from the Beatles. Paul McCartney, yes.
George Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Paul McCartney. He's the best songwriter, the best singer, and the best.
He's the best
instrument
Let's face it, he's the best
in the band. Yep, he's the best songwriter, best musician.
In my opinion, at least, his songwriting is far better than John Lennon's. So I don't think it should really be up for debate.
I wouldn't say far.
I'd say far. Although I do think they are the 1 and 2 best songwriters of all time. I think Paul's is.
He's just way ahead of anyone else.
Yeah, no. I feel like Paul's writing, however, is far better. I feel like he's done more iconic songs in terms, like he's done Yesterday, he's done Let It Be, he's done, like all the classics basically. Hey Jude.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, George Harrison's a real alpha move here. He did Here Comes the Sun. There you go. Easy claps.
Yeah, alpha. Yeah,
alpha move.
Absolutely.
Okay, so fair enough. I don't think it's too controversial. The Beatles on that
one.
Or
controversial for me to have John Lennon last.
Yeah, that's probably controversial. Yeah. But okay, swiftly moving on to something you might be. Actually, no, I'm not going to say more experiencing because you're more experienced in the Beatles than I am. We're going to go Led Zeppelin.
Oh, I'm very experienced in this.
Now I don't know a lot of the past, so if I put somebody too high, and it's because they're a racist or something, which I'm not saying anybody from Led Zeppelin is, but just in case they are, I apologise in advance. This is simply from their band performance.
You're pretty safe, mate.
Okay, good.
Pretty safe. So number 4 out of the 4 for me is Robert Plant.
Ooh.
Not that I don't like him.
Last, jeez.
Well, I like all of them, but I can't.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I have to rank them, and I just say that he is probably last, even though I love him. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with John Paul Jones last. I don't know too much about him.
Jeez, disgusting.
Yeah.
No, I have him at 3. It's all good.
You can't go too wrong, and then I've been scoffed at. This is terrible news. Yeah. I put him last.
You were talking about it in case they were racist.
Oh, well, okay, right. I put him last just because I don't know, he's the bass player. Actually, wait, oh god, no, I've insulted my own kind. I don't know, I don't know too much about him compared to the others. So I mean, that'll just not
Yeah, fair
not
enough.
as. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Number 3, you said you've put John Paul
Yeah,
Jones.
John Paul Jones. I still love him though. I
I'm
still love. Don't get angry at me, John Paul Jones, if you're listening.
avid
I feel like
listener as well.
out of all the Led Zeppelin band members, John Paul Jones is most likely to listen to us.
Avid
Or Plant.
listener of the podcast.
Jimmy Page is too busy doing heroin, and John Bonham's too busy being dead. So
Well, wow. Well, Robert Plant's not going to listen to us
Edgy.
now that you put him at 4th. So
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I just. Now I feel bad. It made me feel bad now, Cal.
Yeah, good.
Congrats.
Well, I'll join you because I put him at 3rd. So I don't think he's as prominent as other frontmen. I'll put it that way. But yeah,
Really?
nothing against him. I just don't think
he's got a very good stage presence, in my opinion.
Yeah, but off stage, I think Jimmy Page probably has more of a off stage presence than him. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
None of them really have offstage presences,
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Compared to like Noel Gallagher,
Yeah.
He doesn't have. Neither.
Maybe I've got a distorted image of offstage presence because I've been an Oasis fan.
Yeah, you might actually. But, yeah.
Jeez, rough. Okay, number 2. Have you put?
I've put Jimmy Page.
I put John Bonham. So this is where the clash of heads is going to happen.
Well, John Bonham's probably my favorite musician of all time, nearly.
You're a big John Bonham simp.
Well, Jimmy Page is still a great guitarist, in my opinion, and I love him. Even if he was sleeping with 14-year-olds, it's all good.
Oh, okay. So
that is a bit of a controversy.
Okay, never mind.
His girlfriend was like, there was this roadie girlfriend, and she was like 14, and then they were fucking. So
okay. Well, this has gone terribly. Why didn't you warn me of this? This is okay. Never mind. Scrap this list.
It's not very well known.
So Jimmy Page, number 4. John Paul Jones.
Yes.
Number 3, Robert Plant, number 2, and that leaves me with John Bonham, number 1. Whoop-de-doo.
I can't make a joke about this because there isn't any other members. It's literally just those 4. So John Bonham, number 1 for me.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I now agree with you, fellow Led Zeppelin enjoyer.
Wait, what? You said number 2 was...
No, I say number 1 now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a controversial figure. I'm just...
Yeah, I'm the expert.
I'm just humble, old TFCal. Okay, now here's the one that might be a bloodshed. Pink Floyd.
Okay, so who are we including?
All of them. We're going to include Sid.
Sid Barrett.
Yep.
Sid Barrett.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
The others, but
Right, so 5-1 here. Okay. Number 5. Who have you got?
I'd probably say. Oof, you're not gonna like this. It's Nick Mason.
Oh, okay, no, I got him at 5 as well. I agree.
Fair enough. Drummers are,
drummers are just drummers. I mean,
yeah, especially
nothing
Nick
I can
Mason.
do about
He's
it.
just a drummer.
Especially our drummer.
He's just a simple drummer. Yeah, our drummer. When are we going to interview him?
I don't know. He's ghosted us.
Yeah, he has actually.
Nothing you can do about being a drummer. You just got to accept your irrelevancy.
Just accept you just got to get the job done, and I feel like he does get the job done.
He does. He is a very solid drummer. We're singing his
praises. I respect that.
Here at one of these days, and we did not steal one of your songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, number 4.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'd probably go Sid Barrett.
Yeah, I've also put Sid Barrett here.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like Sid or anything, just because...
It's just harsh on Nick Mason. He's literally on every album, and we've just put some guy that was literally on one album and one track on another album.
But I'm gonna put it to you: Pink Floyd probably wouldn't be Pink Floyd without Sid? To be fair,
I think that I actually would have to disagree. I think it's probably a good thing that he left.
Wow. Jeez.
Just because, like...
Well, I don't think
we would have Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, it wouldn't have, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, The Wall.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened, obviously.
Yeah. I still feel they would have been doing their early shit, like their late 60s shit, if he didn't leave. So, I feel like it's probably a good thing and a bad thing. But he did make them.
Sid 4 just because I feel like he was very influential on steering Floyd to, like, somewhat success earlier.
Yeah, he was pretty much
he was the pioneer of Pink Floyd.
Yeah, it was Roger Waters
before Roger Waters.
He was the equivalent of Roger Waters to the Wall.
Yeah.
He pretty much had control of the whole band. He was like the main cog that kept it going in the early days until he went fucking insane.
It was really sad when he went insane. To be fair,
Yeah, I like his solo stuff as
I say
well.
when like I was born, but
Yeah, I remember the days
I
back in the summer of '68.
Oh, yes.
Good reference there,
Oh
brother.
god, he's actually quoted the song. This
he-
is terrible. Oh,
yeah.
okay, awkward. Okay, number number three. Who have you put?
Number three. Thinking about it, I probably put Roger Waters.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, bullet holes.
Yeah, controversial
And
probably.
I know you're not going to like my number three because I know you're a big simp, but I've gone with Rick Wright again. I think he's
Disgusting.
I think he's great. Think he's very influential on the Floyd sound. Probably didn't. Oh, actually, no, he did. He did contribute. I don't know. Point is, I don't think he's as good as the other two above him.
It was a key part of their sound.
He was. He was definitely.
He made "Wish You Were Here" what it was. The album, I mean, not.
Yeah, right. Just.
He made "Wish You Were Here." He carried that album, man.
And then he pissed off on the wall.
Yeah. Well, he did a little bit on the wall, but
It was half his issue why he ended up just getting trenched.
Yeah. So he was still good on the wall.
No, yeah, I feel like yeah, I can't fault him though. I mean, as keyboard players go, by far probably the best of all time. Yes, I said
Yeah,
it. Probably. Okay, number two. Oh wait, three. Can you explain Roger a bit more? Actually,
I just feel like even though he wrote the songs, he is a stupid commie. It seems like a bit of a wanker.
we're an extremely political podcast, apparently.
Well, he just seems like a bit of a wanker. He obviously is a good songwriter and a decent bassist, but like he's not anything special when it comes to the bass. But he's a good songwriter.
Wow.
And the way he handled the wall and stuff was pretty wankerish.
I'll admit that was pretty bad.
Yeah, and what he did to my boy Richard Wright, I'm very angry about.
Yeah, that's terrible news. Okay,
My boy.
Number two. I think we might have the same person here.
Ooh,
Well,
will we?
well, I mean,
Oh yeah, we will.
Okay. So
David Gilman.
yeah, okay, Gilmore. I put number two. Do you want to explain? You probably know more about him than I do. So
He's a great guitarist. He's obviously very good. So he has a lot of soul in his guitar. Unlike the Cats in the prelude, he had soul,
jeez.
or has soul, I should say. He's not as much as a wanker as Roger Waters. He still is a stupid commie, but he's not as much as a wanker. Even though he was kind of mean to Roger Waters on his birthday.
I think oh, actually no, we talked about this in podcast one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, jeez, covered it already, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you didn't get that reference, it was Roger's birthday, and he posted a quite unflattering photo, just a bit of a screenshot
and
from
an
the video.
unflattering caption.
And an unflattering caption. He's put the 3 dots at the end and made it really awkward.
Yeah.
It was quite a sight, to be honest.
I think it was him directly posting it because it definitely
I think
did
it
sound
was
like a boomer sort of thing.
He controls the Floyd medias, does he not?
Yeah, he now rules Pink Floyd with an iron fist, like
jeez.
Roger once did.
It's the ultimate reverse card.
I bet he would have done that to David Gilmour back in the day.
Yeah,
He had the chance, old mate Roger. So I feel like it's probably friendly fire, not friendly fire.
Definitely not friendly fire anymore. Bloody hell!
No.
That ship sailed about 40 years ago.
40.
40.
That's probably true. 40.
Yeah. Okay, my explanation for Gilmour being number two, I don't know. Second best guitar player of all time, in my opinion, behind Hendrix, obviously. I feel like, well, obviously Floyd wouldn't be Floyd without his sound. Despite being the last to join, he's probably the best musically, I feel like. Actually, no, that would be common. I mean,
last to join. He joined after their second album, so but I feel like it's it's probably not relevant.
Wasn't exactly
unless you're a huge Piper at the Gates of Dawn fan. I feel like it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, his solos quite impressive, obviously.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of his vocals, I must say. I think he's definitely better at singing than Roger is, but nonetheless.
Yes.
Well, that leads us
Agree.
to number one, I guess. I've put Roger
Yep.
Waters, and you've
I put Richard Wright.
Richard Wright.
The
Wow,
Mortal Enemies. So yeah.
well, not
Well,
mortal enemies anymore.
no,
Well,
yeah,
you don't know.
it's definitely
We don't know.
mortal. Definitely mortal.
Definitely mortal.
Okay,
Okay,
he's dead. In case you didn't get that.
R.I.P. my man, Rick Wright.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do you want to explain your pick a bit more?
Yeah. Well, he's obviously the best keyboardist of all time in a band. Band keyboardist, I guess you can say.
We can't go off on these classical artists. My man Beethoven.
My man Beethoven probably carried a little bit as well.
Yeah, hard carrying what decade was he around? I don't know, 1600s. No?
You mean century?
Do I? Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, century's 100 years, mate. Anyway.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Felt uneducated moment. Right. Okay. Now here's where I'm going to waffle.
Oof.
Roger, my man.
Yes.
Probably behind the Beatles, McCartney and Lennon, obviously. Probably the best songwriter of all time. Behind the two. I want to preface that. I just want it to be known. I mean, he wrote all the lyrics for Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, The Wall.
All of them.
I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna face it. Animals as well.
Oof.
But no, yeah. I mean, I feel like he wrote Wish You Were Here. Like, how can you not just like it's Wish You Were Here.
You probably simp for Wish You Were Here a bit more than our fans. So.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I do, but I mean, he definitely saved Floyd because I mean, if Roger didn't write lyrics, then they were cooked. Once Sid left. So, although I don't think he's the best bassist, he's definitely a good bassist.
Yes.
But his lyrics is really what does it for me. I think, and his concepts, more importantly, like The Wall.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great concept album. As controlling as he was in it, I think
much of a wanker as he was, you know.
It was probably for the best, to be fair.
Because he is, I should say. It
was probably, I mean, The Wall's probably their best concept album, I'd say.
Wow.
I reckon it is. In terms of actual concept,
you didn't realize.
In terms of actual concept, I think
a story,
like the storyline. I feel like The Wall's better than Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon is just a concept album. Clear that up.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like The Wall was his little masterpiece, and now he's going on to do 5 bloody concert movies about it. So he's definitely not letting it go. But I think he's the best Floyd member. Pretty tight race, to be fair, I think. But yeah, he gets the edge for me. So,
right.
Well, we've hit an hour. So I feel like we can wrap this one up.
Another half an hour to go. Let's go.
Oh, jeez, rough.
What do we got to do? We got to read your TikTok comments, I feel.
Oh, no.
That's probably our closing segment of the day.
Okay, closing segment. Gonna send you off on a little negative note here.
Yeah. There could be positive comments.
It's TF You never get anything.
He doesn't get many positive comments.
Okay, let's read my most recent comments.
Yeah. Well, what's the most recent song since the start of your thing? Band's least most popular songs, the big one, the 44,600 like one.
This is blown up. 3 days old.
It's 266 comments, so there's a lot.
Okay. Let's go for some interesting comments.
Gorillaz feature is new and unexpected. I definitely agree.
I do not agree, honestly, because I thought it was pretty tame of me because I mean David Albarn, Blur connections, obviously.
Yeah, well, no. Speaking of Gorillaz, that's the band we're doing next week in the rankings.
Okay, so
and I might even I can't really give you one now if you're gonna listen to all the songs. I was considering giving you a Gorillaz song for our little album reviewing segment, but you're gonna have to already listen to all of the albums anyway. So
how many Gorillaz albums are there?
There might be six.
I'm gonna have to listen to 7 albums this week. This is lovely.
I'm gonna have to listen to. Well, the latest album I haven't listened to all the way through, so I might have to listen to 2.
This is going to be a rough week.
Yeah. What
Um,
about One Hit Wonders versus their second most streamed song, and that's
yeah,
got 988 likes.
I went to make that last night, but then it just kind of fell through
That's
because
a good idea.
it, it's
I'll
a
give you ideas.
it's a good idea, but I just don't think the concept, like in terms of how it's going to visually look, is there.
I'm a bit of a connoisseur of One Hit Wonder songs, so I can
Like
definitely help you out with a few of
I've got
them.
all the songs and I've got the artists. I just don't have the like. I went to put it down and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So
Crazy
I'll
how
give it
the
again tomorrow night. But let's see how it goes.
Crazy how the Strokes' least streamed song still has 6 million streams.
That
That's
has
got
that has
4,951 likes.
that nearly has 5,000 likes.
Yeah,
And
the Strokes. I didn't realize how big they were either, Cal. So
like I mean yeah, like until you do what I do and have to go through every bloody song they've made ever
yeah,
and look at
yeah.
how many streams, it yeah, it's quite impressive. Um,
Can you do the jam next, please? What is the jam?
it's Paul. You know Paul Weller, no?
No,
Friend of Noel Gallagher.
fair enough.
80s band. I think you might like them, honestly. They're kind of
Yeah,
like a
well.
Clash, like a late Clash, if you know what I mean.
Have you done Arctic Monkeys?
Yes, I have.
Yes, in part
Okay.
one. So
Now
yeah,
I want to.
the fake fan probably Mamma Mia.
I've seen this
Unfortunately.
comment and I want to address it.
Mhm.
It says, "Okay, but where is Green Day? I will never do Green Day or Weezer for that fact.
Oh, not even Weezer.
Not even
Jeez.
Weezer." And
It's not about your personal opinion. This is literally about factual things, and you're
yeah,
just never doing them.
but being associated with Green Day just is a no go for me. There's something I just don't like them. They're just no. You cannot. I cannot
Yeah.
be sponsored to put them in my video.
Well, looking at all these comments, these are just all just idiots who haven't seen your other parts. It's there's literally so many in a row that are just you correcting people and saying you've already done them. One says, "Have you done Arctic Monkeys? Red Hot Chili Peppers? Can you do Queen? Can you do Led Zeppelin? Can you do Nirvana? Can you do the Smiths? Can you do Oasis?
Well,
Can you do the Beatles? Can you do Queen? How many can we get in a row? I've ruined it. My comment has actually ruined it. Queen, Zeppelin, and Floyd next.
the most requested ones are actually Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, and then my comment.
No, but here's the but. I put them in my video in part 4,
Yeah.
and then they muted my bloody video. So
Ridiculous.
So
Bloody Led Zeppelin. That's why Cal
Zeppelin.
hates Led Zeppelin.
we're friends of the podcast. You're friends of the podcast now. You might as well just let me have the
Yeah.
Just let me use it, please.
Can't wait to do Led Zeppelin ranking for our thing.
Oh, that's gonna be lovely,
soon.
isn't it?
Yeah, you'll have to do more listening, more tasks. I had to do. Actually, I only had to do the Oasis one because I sort of already knew the Pink Floyd ones. I feel like we'll do it in a row. We'll do one of your more favorite bands, which is Pink Floyd, and then one of my more favorite bands, which was
We have to
Beatles,
alternate, are we?
and one of yours, then one of mine, which is Gorillaz. And I guess I don't know what we'll do after Gorillaz. We haven't decided yet, and we won't decide yet. But, yeah.
Excuse me, it's my week. I could give you a very easy week. I could I know what I'm thinking.
I'd be willing to do that. But another comment here. Flamin' Hot Song isn't technically a song, it's a mashup. What do you think about that?
I don't care. It's listed as a song, so therefore it's a song, in my opinion.
What even is that from? Oh, from Gorillaz.
From you should know this.
Is it from their latest album?
No, it was a single, and I don't know where I found it. But
fair enough.
But when Gorillaz has that many bloody like little mashups and mixes and like just weird names for things, you'll get confused. So I mean, that's my excuse there. They were.
Oh, there's a guy that commented that
bloody
has the same profile picture as you that says Sam Fender or something special.
He's been doing that. I think he's trying to get me to notice him, but I don't care. So
Liam Mizzy Peps, give up, mate. Oh my god, do I know this guy? Oh wait, no.
But
I saw his side profile and I thought it was
the
a
same
guy.
photo of my. It's the same photo, but it's centered.
It's high quality though.
It's centered horrifically.
Yeah, but it's got
no offense.
It's high quality.
Thank you for watching my video and
it's
commenting,
illustrated,
but-
I think, not by. Yeah, thank you, Liam Mizzy Peps, in case you're a big Oasis stan. I mean, FCal stan.
Yeah.
Probably both actually. Am I the only one who likes 15 minutes?
I've never listened to this song in full.
And then it says there's 6 million others apparently, and just because you listen to a song doesn't mean you like it. Weezer, by the way. A Flamin' Hot Song's underrated.
I agree.
Okay.
I tend to agree. It's not that bad. I actually.
We got a comment here that you might not like. Okay, but where is Green Day?
Yeah, it's just
In my ass, kid. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
They're there is a bunch of Green Day stans just slowly finding my page, and they are going to be so disheartened. They're going to be so disheartened when I realise I don't like Green Day at all. Like
They just say overrated. You actually make a video called Overrated Bands. You might get a lot of unfollows though, so actually I wouldn't do it.
So I'm kind of protecting my little thing I got going on here. But
if anyone actually listens this far into the podcast, they will get a big surprise, maybe.
Well, I'd be pretty dismayed if you listen this far and you've considered unfollowing me on TikTok. So you probably like
that would be disheartening.
That would be
what do we have to do? Okay, well we've got best album of every year, 1999. These are actually opinions, so these are
opinions. So I mean, any comment is wrong. So shush.
Emma CJ Gray, big fan of your Tic Tac channel. I don't know if she's a big fan of the podcast.
No.
I was getting worried Oasis wasn't showing up. Terrifying 4-album wait.
Yeah, and then it got disproved by hard facts and logic by saying maybe because they didn't start until 1994.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm gonna like that comment.
Fair enough. That is an underrated comment in my opinion.
Yeah, I love their 1991 album. Nevermind by Oasis. That's
with hit songs, such as I cucked it. Right.
We should make an Oasis style. What's a Nirvana song that could go well in Oasis style? I was like Teen Spirit. I reckon you could have a go at, but yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Okay, and then you've put your little comment. I swear to God, if someone says "be here now," should be on the list.
I found someone, and I found him.
And then on my screen, it's the comment under 1997 should be here now, and it's just all caps. Shut up. That's an
What have been chosen over "Be Here Now"? 1997.
I put
albums. I'm going to search
Urban
up.
Hymns by but I think the common consensus.
Okay, computer over "Be Here Now," bro.
Well,
Urban Hymns over "Be."
I don't like ridiculous. I don't like Radiohead. I don't not
Foo
like
Fighters.
Them.
The
like
color and the shape is probably even better.
I think you're just sleeping on Urban Hymns.
What? I don't care about Urban Hymns, but it's just The Boatman's Call is a decent Nick Cave album, even if Anthony Fantano doesn't like it. Yeah.
Jeez, you live by Fantano, do you?
No, I disagree with Fantano. He's asking Siri the best albums from each band. Siri said The Boatman's Call, and Anthony Fantano was like, it is absolutely not The Boatman's Call, even though I like The Boatman's Call. I like Nick Cave. Maybe we'll do Nick Cave ranking, even though he has about 20 albums. Maybe not.
I'm going to put a question to you.
Mm.
What do you give My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy then, if you disagree with Fantano?
I'd give that like a 9 out of 10. I like it.
Jeez, that is going to disappoint you today then. So
we're going to do Kanye ranking.
Kanye? Oh, we're not, mate. We're not.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm sick of these every album of the year. You're going to do every album of the year for 2020s?
Well, probably not, but you got to suffer through today, so...
Yeah, I got to suffer. I've probably not listened to any of the albums you've got, apart from... Well, you don't have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, you just said, so...
Yeah.
I've
got an extremely controversial... I would say extremely controversial...
have you made the TikTok yet?
Here. Well, I've put the sound down. I haven't done any visuals yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it says, imagine thinking Nevermind is better than Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. What do you think of that?
Fuck up.
That is, yeah, I feel like that's just blatantly wrong.
Never mind. I was actually listening to this radio thing. I forgot what it was, and it was like this radio show or like a topic, and it was 1991 albums, and it was talking about all the best 1991 albums. It had Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. It had whatever other 1991 albums, but the one album it didn't have was Nevermind. They literally went through all these classic 1991 albums, and they said, all the most influential albums. Literally, the most influential album of the decade. Nevermind wasn't on there, so you probably disagree with that, but I'd have to say it is the most influential.
Not of the decade, but I'd say definitely, or one of the most, but not the most.
Definitely the most influential of 1991, and this radio show didn't even mention it. It's terrible. Disgraceful. I don't know it was. It might have been Power FM or Ruby A in our hometown, Ballarat, but yeah.
I've seen a comment in utero over definitely maybe. 2 separate years those albums were made, I'd just like to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think people don't understand the whole point.
yeah. It's my comment section can be pretty just weird, you know. They don't
Yeah,
really.
I won't say that word again, so you don't have to do all
Yeah.
this editing. Even though you're gonna have to splice these two different
No, actually,
sound bites together.
I paused the recording, so it's
Oh,
going to look
wow,
like
genius.
and then I'm just yep, I know.
We should put a witty ad in between there though, like something advertising something. I feel like that'd be pretty
Have you
witty.
followed TFCal? No, you probably haven't. Take this
We
time now
interrupt
to
this
go and follow
broadcast.
TFCal.
Well, it looks like you've moved on to reading the comments.
Yeah, I have.
In case you want to read out any.
I'm enjoying this.
Do you own the TikTok account?
I do.
So.
I'd check out some other types of rock music, bro, and music in general. This is pretty limited. I'd say this is I'd probably say this is my most expanded list so far. But oh, never mind. This is talking about the 2000s. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I agree with that. My 2000s was very closed-minded.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm moving on to the 80s.
I don't even watch it, mate. To be honest, I'm sorry.
This is my 80s video ranking 80s albums. I feel like this one was probably a bit more controversial. Didn't get that many comments, so we're gonna have to. Oh, I found a comment from the man himself. C. Smiths unfollows. Wow.
People didn't like that. People were like, "No."
What
did they reply to?
Well, your own reply. How are you gonna put the fucking Smiths self-titled over Purple Rain in brackets one of the greatest albums of all time?
Exactly.
And then somebody just said,
they got 5 likes, by the way. They got 5 likes.
Wow, you've rendered an audience.
Yeah, I think that's a fair opinion from mine. Purple Rain, I love Purple Rain.
People weren't too happy I didn't put any Michael Jackson in there either. I stand by that.
He doesn't like TF Cal does not like pedophilia, so
I don't.
That's probably a good stance to take.
Yeah, that is probably a good thing. But well, there's no probably about it. It is a good thing to not like it. I'm gonna stop before I say something. 1987 was the other controversial one. I put probably the worst take of the video, I'd say, in terms.
What was it?
I put for 1987. I put Kick over the Joshua Tree and Appetite for Destruction.
No, fair. Probably Appetite for Destruction is better.
I don't.
Joshua Tree, I don't like.
I like Use Your Illusion more. Both
I don't like
more than.
I don't like you two. So.
Yeah. Well. I'm kind of getting a thing for. I've been just bloody.
Oh no!
I've been shitting on NXS for the last however long, and now I've suddenly rendered a liking for them. So there you go.
Yeah. Any more comments you want to point out from the video?
Not really.
Sorry, but for 86, Paul Simon's Graceland puts the entire Smith catalogue to shame. I'd have to agree.
There's just a bunch of metalheads, really.
Paul Simon, metalhead, yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like it would be only appropriate to do the 70s one now.
Well, I think you've already released that since our last podcast.
Yeah, well, I have, but I haven't read the comments, have I?
I think we read the comments for that one.
I don't care. I'm reading it again because we're fine. Safest music opinions ever. So, what are your thoughts on that? Probably true, but
yeah, probably true.
Probably true.
My comment has got 0 likes. I don't even think you've seen it because I wrote Al on Honky Chateau, decent album at best.
Wow.
I think there's better albums from that year.
No Zeppelin albums was the top comment. Likewise, I think.
No. Oh, yeah, it actually was. Sorry. Yes. I think he likes Pink Floyd is better.
Yeah. Sorry. Captain Obvious says I think he likes Pink Floyd, but
yes.
All W albums, but L video, if this makes sense.
All W albums with L video. What does that mean?
It means
2 safe.
It means I'm terrible, but the albums are all good.
I don't think he's going to be listening to the podcast anytime.
I'm sorry. Zeppelin 4 is better than metal. You obviously agree with that, I'd say.
But, I'd probably agree.
But
I still like both of them, obviously.
Okay, here's another one. No Way Rumors is better than Animals. What are your thoughts?
No, I'd say Rumors is better than Animals.
I reckon Rumors is better as well.
That's a pretty safe music opinion, I feel. That's probably one of the safest.
Yeah.
Rumors is probably one of the best of the whole decade. I'd say Animals probably doesn't even crack the top 20, so.
Wow, jeez. Yeah. Then there's some bloke recommending Phenomenon, Van Halen, Highway to Hell, and Overkill. None of which, I know probably 2 of those albums.
1979 for, I'd say, well, think Van Halen and Highway to Hell are both 1979. So I don't know what he
What would,
means by
okay,
that.
what would you
Probably either
change?
one.
What would you change about the list?
What did you reckon? Yeah, The Wall. I would say The Wall is probably better than those two. So yeah.
So you wouldn't what?
Well,
So
what do I change about the
yeah,
list?
what do you change about the list?
So the Honky Chateau one.
I'm here.
So
I'm
that's
here. Okay.
1970.
Oh right. Okay.
What?
2.
1976.
Two.
Two.
Got jumping the gun a bit, man.
1972. Jump the gun. I know you
What I
wouldn't
put
have.
for 1976? Okay. So I
Oh
got
yeah,
what?
no. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust is way better than Honky Chateau.
Jeez. Not in my. I'm
The
not.
Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. So yeah, that's my opinion.
There you go.
Yeah.
People are really having a go for 1976. They can't make up their mind whether it's a dub or an L.
No Floyd albums
No, wait, what?
that year.
What?
No Floyd albums that year.
Yeah, no. Well, that's probably the only reason. Had to find a filler. Put
Yeah,
Hotel California in there.
1976 albums. You didn't want to have.
It was
You wouldn't
pretty,
want to have.
I thought it was pretty
all of
limited,
that.
honestly. So
Right.
there were a couple of
Uh,
years in here that were really hard to fill.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of great albums. I'm just going through all the albums now. A Day at the Races maybe. That's decent.
I think 74 and 76 were probably the hardest to fill.
Maybe Boston's debut. I don't know.
I nearly put that in. I did nearly put that in. But yeah,
I don't know. It's not a great year.
the fact you had Zero
yeah.
Zeppelin is insane.
Yeah, I think it's pretty insane.
Well, if I mean to be fair, in my defense, if Wish You Were Here didn't exist, I would have put Physical Graffiti. So
Yeah, fair.
and Zeppelin 4 was second to Metal in my opinion. But
Fair
yes, okay. Is that all we've got this episode? Anything else you wanna
Well,
cover?
we'll just wrap it up.
Wrap it
We'll
up.
give a general overview.
General overview.
What you been doing
been
over
doing?
this week?
I've been staying inside
A
because
big bender after the Demons win.
yeah, mate, it's been a rough week.
Yeah, I've been working like a productive human being.
Can't relate to that.
Yeah, you can't relate. I've been.
What do you mean? What have I been doing this week? It's Monday. It's Monday night.
Yeah, what have you been doing in the past week?
Oh, in the past week.
in the time between our two episodes. Big bender after the D's win.
Yeah. Well, that's real. I've kind of just been riding off the thrill of the Melbourne win, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it was a great few days. I was bricking it going into it, and now I've never been happier. Because
and now you'll be bricking it going into it
I'm
very soon, going into the grand final in 2 weeks.
I've kind of accepted our fate at this point.
So, what would you rather? Would you rather it would be a 2-week break? Or,
probably 1 week
2-week break or the 1 week break?
1 week break because it probably favors us more.
You're shitting yourself for the next 2 weeks now instead of one as well, probably.
I reckon it should have been 1 just because, well, for us, it doesn't really give. Well, not that this really matters to them, but it doesn't really give them time to get set up in Perth and yada yada yada. And then I feel like
yada yada.
We've kind of been sticking to that 1 week gap. So I mean,
yeah,
it probably would have been more influential in our little stretch, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I went exploring abandoned buildings yesterday in the great city of Geelong. Bit flat Geelong.
Geez.
2 days after the loss. But yeah, some abandoned buildings. JB Explores, youtube.com/JB Explores. Check it out when the videos come out on Sunday.
Would have been filming like Chernobyl, I would have assumed, after that loss.
No, it was... No, oh yeah, it would have been just in the city centre.
Yeah.
It would have been a big bender if we had a 1, but yeah.
Yeah, it would have been street parties all night. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, just imagine how it would have been like in 2007. Everyone was partying. I wasn't there.
No, you were not there, were you?
Still a baby, but yeah.
Still a child. Yeah, well, I mean, just wasn't meant to be, was it? You know?
It wasn't. It's,
had a chance to be a 2007 finals rematch, but then you both choked horrifically.
Yeah, we did. We just didn't want it to happen again.
Pretty disappointing for you Cats fans. But
we'll be back next year. I think
the question remains: will Port ever actually make another grand final? Probably not.
Maybe next year. There's always next year.
Well, I mean, they've lost 2 prelims in a row. Might have been 3, but I don't remember. No, I think it was 2. So I mean, things aren't looking very good for them.
Yeah, true.
Lost by a goal last year, and then they've lost by 70 something this year. So, I mean, I wouldn't have high hopes as a Port fan, but I don't know. Keep your head up, and you'll be
up, lads. Any Port fans watching? I know a few Port fans. I know a few Crows fans actually. Don't know any Dockers fans. Know one Eagles fan. Barely know him, but I know one Eagles fan.
Has connections to an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I know a guy.
He knows a guy. I don't. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've just got very limited friends supporting very limited AFL club. No, I didn't mean that.
Oh, poor Cal.
Poor Cal. That is why you should follow me on TikTok. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. I don't know. My friends will go for vanilla teams. Not that many names. Jack Breath.
Vanilla. Wow, you have the most vanilla team in the AFL, mate. Sorry.
What?
It's apart from Collingwood, it's pretty vanilla to support in Melbourne.
I feel like Geelong's pretty vanilla. Geelong
Geelong has soul. Good regional town. Geelong has soul.
Melbourne has soul. We are the city of Melbourne. We control everyone. We are. Oh, jeez, this is
anyway
detrimental.
Enough about footy chat. We've already talked about footy enough. The TF Cal stand's going to be very angry. They only like footy in England. They go for Liverpool instead of Melbourne, which Melbourne's basically just a shitty version of Liverpool.
Okay, well, now, you're not going to escape this. I'm a United fan, and you're a Wolverhampton fan. Is that right? Yeah. How's that going for you?
Wolverhampton, well, we got the big win against Watford. We lost to Man U, but that was expected, and we actually did pretty good against Man U. You guys cheated, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Ronaldo? Ronaldo getting the snag.
I'm gonna be. I still find it baffling that we actually got Ronaldo. It was kind of like a overnight thing, really, because there was no talk of it, and then it just happened, really. Like, it was a bit strange. So but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one day, if you don't get relegated, Wolverhampton might.
Hey, Wolves ain't going to get relegated, man.
I wouldn't be too confident, mate.
We got Brentford this week. Brentford have dropped off since their big first win, but,
Brentford have made a statement.
They have made a statement. We beat Arsenal. Arsenal made a statement by winning a game. That's good. Good for them.
That is incredibly influential.
And it'd be very funny if they got relegated, but, good for them.
Good for them. I mean, nobody was expecting
it. Good for you.
Well, yeah. I kind of hope Arsenal gets relegated just because, I imagine the scenes. Not that anybody in Australia cares, but I mean, it would be very entertaining to see.
It would be pretty funny. I have family members that go for Arsenal, so it would be very funny.
Yes.
And they're big soccer fans, and they love Arsenal.
Love Arsenal. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ups to Wolverhampton.
No, they're not. Just be a United fan.
I barrack for a team with soul. You barrack for the most vanilla team in the world, probably.
Yeah. Oh, wow, jeez.
And it's probably fair. That is probably the most vanilla team in the world.
But, I mean, it's the Big Six is basically the vanilla six at this point. Yeah. I feel like United's probably the most vanilla of them all, but don't blame me. Blame the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's enough for this episode. Pretty good episode, if I might add.
It was an absolute shambles like last week.
No, yeah, last week was pretty bad. Had that little interruption this week, but
that was a bit shambolic.
We recovered. It was good. And yes. So any final notes before we?
Well, if you're still watching by now, thank you for getting to this point.
Thanks.
We have 20 followers on Spotify.
Huge.
33 individual listeners, unique listeners, as Spotify says. So thank you for that. The 20 followers, particularly. The 13 others can get fucked because they didn't follow us. But yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
No,
we'll go all time. Our first podcast has had 65 starts, so thank you for that.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
Big.
And our second one is at 11, so that's pretty big, considering it was a shit episode. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the title really filled people with confidence, did it? It was.
We'll pick up a new title. I don't know what to name it.
I've got thoughts on this one. Not thoughts.
Right.
I've got.
We'll discuss it later.
We will discuss it behind the scenes, exclusive.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up.
All right. Anyway, thank you all for listening. If you're still here,
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Peace and love.